What's up, guys? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to lamest taste. My name is Nick. I'm your host. You can check out my YouTube channel at the Vinyl Casket, all one word. Where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell. We got a ton of content over there. You can't run out. I got probably thousands of videos at this point. And this is my weekly video. My weekly comic book reviews. Been pretty much consistent with Fridays for a while, so I'm confident to say that it is my Friday video. If you don't know and you haven't followed me, basically what we do is every week, usually around Wednesday, we go to our comic shop, our new comic shop over in Smithtown, New York, Fourth World Comics. We pick up our book. We get our stack. We read our stack. We bag and board our stack. We take photographs to put on the Instagram at Valcast Comics, and then we review them with you guys live on Twitch, and then on YouTube it goes. You can also check out my trailer reactions, my movie and TV show reviews, album reviews, all sorts of stuff. I do play sometimes on Twitch. I do gameplay, not recently, but we will eventually get back into that. But before we start on our reviews, which goes Indies, Marvel, DC, we're going to start with some news from DC. If you don't know, I'm a massive 90s Image Comics kind of guy, right? You know, if you saw, I did a review on the Kickstarter for this. Big fan of these characters, big fan of this art style in this time period. Love Image. Well, there's a line of comics, several lines of comics, created by Jim Lee that are now currently owned by DC. And DC went Jim Lee crazy. I believe there's a 30th anniversary coming, and we got news that Wildcats and Wildstorm are both getting mini limited series coming out by the end of this year, I believe. Very excited for that. Grifter being one of the main characters of those series. And him getting a lot of attention early on during Infinite Frontier in the Batman Urban Legends book. The first 4 issues featured stories for Grifter, ending with the big climax that Wildcat still existed in this new reformed Omniverse. And I was super excited. They did one other character. They did like a mini story, like 2-part story. That was it. Now we have confirmation that both these series are getting mini series, and I'm super excited. So that's some news I was really pumped about. Let's get into the actual reviews. We're gonna start off with indies. We got Vault Comics with issue 1 of Hard Eyes. This is a variant cover. I'm not sure which one. I believe maybe they're all kind of ratios. I think it's the 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 25, maybe. I don't even know. Really cool cover, really interesting series. I wanted to pick it up because I was very interested in the higher, the 1 in 125, 1 in 100 variants. Those are all by Jenny Frison, who I'm obsessed with her artwork. But because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get it, but I saw that. That's how I found out about the series. And I looked into what it was about. This weird apocalypse, and this one girl isn't afraid of them for some reason. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I read it. It was pretty good. I might pick up issue 2. I'm not completely sold yet. I'm going to have to skim it when I get into the store when it comes out. But it was a pretty solid issue. We scale them 1 through 10. We're going to give this one a solid 6 out of 10. We move on to Boom Studios with issue 8 of Angel. This series is just good. It's just good. And I think this is the last issue. I believe on the last panel it said end, which is very upsetting if it is the actual last issue. I don't know why you ended on 8 issues, but this artwork throughout this whole series has been good. Wide cast of characters throughout the Buffy universe. Lots of fun, weird things because it's existed in its own like dimension that we haven't explored in I don't know, maybe ever. different versions of Angel. We have a version of Oz that's a werewolf, like big werewolf, kind of crazy. All these cool characters. We got Buffy brought back to life. She apparently died when she first started being a Slayer as like a young, like 16-year-old girl. She was brought back to life at the end for this big battle, and we end on like a cliffhanger kind of. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. I've enjoyed the entire series. We go on to Image Comics with issue 3. Issue 3 of Dual Powerbomb with this sick variant B cover. This cover's awesome. So in this issue, we get our first real crazy match of this tournament. We get this giant double page spread of the layout of the tournament, the bracket, and who's going up against what. Very cool. They go up against the orangutans, which are these orangutan wrestlers from another world. We find out that all these people from other worlds and universes, dimensions, where professional wrestling is like a real thing. It's not fake. It's not scripted. It's really cool to see this. We also get this whole backstory that Cobra, the Sun Cobra or Cobra Sun, is actually secretly the main character's father. So the father killed the mother by accident in the ring. That's crazy. Really enjoying this series. Really like this cover. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. It was really, really good. We move on to Marvel with issue 8 of Hulk, the finale of Banner of War. So this series, this mini event was going on, right? Issue after issue banging out, and then we had a whole month without anything. A whole month without nothing. It was a crossover between the Hulk title and the Thor title. So that means for like a month and a half, we haven't gotten a single issue from either Donny Cates series, which was very disappointing because the Alpha came out, and then you had Hulk issue, Thor issue, Hulk issue, Thor issue, and then Hulk was supposed to end it, right? Nothing. We got nothing for months. What happened? Wasn't bad, but also it was kind of convoluted. The way they ended it and how Thor doesn't have any repercussions really. Now he's just like, I know what it's like to be angry. I didn't really like that. I thought that was kind of like lackluster. They could have done a lot more with that. Overall, the event was kind of eh. The issue was like a 5, maybe a 6 out of 10. Artwork's pretty good. Hulk is looking like a drop. I was enjoying this initial storyline because it was like a big like psyche and an analysis of Hulk and Banner's like twisted new relationship. But then and I like the introduction of like that Titan character that's inside Hulk. But and I thought it was gonna be cool when the gamma explosion went off and like Thor went into Hulk but like this gap, like the way they concluded this issue and kind of put like 2 more issues in one issue just to wrap it up and kind of rush it. I didn't like it. There was no real ramifications of this. This is supposed to change the universe, the Marvel universe. It didn't. We're gonna go another. It's Hulk Planet now. Not Planet Hulk. Hulk Planet is the next storyline. I don't know. I want to trust him, but I kind of can't. I'm 5.5. 5.5 out of 10. Marvel issue 2 of Daredevil. This issue was thick. I didn't realize it had some backup stories. It's some kind of anniversary issue, like 100 and something. I don't know. What's the legacy? It doesn't even tell me the legacy issue. This is the variant Predator. The Predator variant with Elektra on the cover. This is really cool. I don't know how I feel about Goldie now being an antagonist, and being like gifted this like vision of like of like glorious sight, and his whole life has actually been like watching Matt Murdock and realizing that he was becoming Daredevil as it was happening and aiding and pushing events to lead him in the direction that he was being told that he needed to lead Daredevil, and how he's secretly known this whole time and he's secretly been doing this. I don't know if I like that. Like, it's cool, but like now you're like changing a big pivotal thing in all of Daredevil comics. Like all the different runs, you're now saying this whole time that like Goldie was this like guardian evil angel. Uh, I would like it if it was like a more recent thing. Like, yeah, like, I knew this whole time, but like I was connecting the dots and I was trying to come in, and one day I was hit, and this beam of light surrounded me, and I was told to do all these things. Like recently, in the last like 10, couple years, cool. But we got to see some like flashbacks to him and Elektra back in the day when they met in college, and the whole hand thing. I'm excited for this series. I'm really enjoying it. I just finished reading uh the past series that led into this series, both by the same arter, both by the same writer. Um, I liked it. I thought it was good. Solid issue. I'm gonna give it an 7.5. No, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. Okay. We move on to DC with issue 3 of Dark Crisis Young Justice with the cardstock cover. Cover's the only reason I picked this up. I was gonna drop it, but I thought it was cool. I'm hiccuping like crazy. I liked it. Thought it was fun. Issue wasn't it. It was a struggle to read through this. I was falling asleep. I'm definitely not picking up the next issue. The series hasn't been what I wanted. I was very excited for a Young Justice series. And Fitzmartin, you're not doing it. Ulrich's like okay. I don't like it. I just don't like the storyline. This whole issue doesn't mention the other side of the plot where is it Arrowette and the other Wonder Girl Cassie are trying to like with Red Tornado come find them and save them. No mention of that. No mention of that. At least I didn't see that at all. 5 out of 10, maybe a 4. But on the other side, issue 785 of Flash, which is a Dark Crisis tie-in, was really solid. I like the multiverse kind of stuff. I like the Night Flash. I like that whole storyline. That was cool. I like the Mad Max storyline that was going on, where like Max Mercury and Jesse Quick were like, oh yeah, Barry's a hero everywhere. And like I liked how Wally and Barry are like in this weird like fight, and then Wally's wife is the one that like who now has speed powers, comes and saves the day, and then they rescue Wallace, which was really cool. I enjoyed that. I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting. I'd like Wallace's like Mercury costume. I want to see that. Him be his own hero, not be Kid Flash. So like Wally's kids can be Kid Flash. Solid issue. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Issue 46 of Tinny Howard's Catwoman. Amazing. I love this series. I love this writer. I think it's great. And we're leaving Gotham. We got a bit, we start off with her like still like she still can't get over Bruce, right? So Gotham isn't the place for her. She was trying to gain status in this like criminal organization and take down these mobsters and control Gotham the way she thinks. And her and Ekio, whatever her name is, we're kind of, trying to do that. They come up with this plan to fake her death so she can go do whatever she's got to do. And I thought it was cool. I am enjoying this. I really like the artwork. I'm going to give it also a 7.5 out of 10. We move on to issue 6 of Batman Superman World's Finest. Is it N? No, just Batman / Superman. Awesome cardstock cover. I love this cover. Sad that both these characters weren't really in the issue. But yeah, we just get what happened to Dick Grayson, what he was doing. We get him being at a circus and solving a mystery and doing this whole thing, and how Bruce was able to find him. We get to see Superman as a strong man. That was really cool. And then they were able to bring him back. I thought it was cool. Great way to wrap up that whole storyline and everything. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting. I enjoyed it. This is an 8 out of 10 easily. And then finally, last issue of the week is issue 95 of Nightwing, the A cover. Amazing cover. This series is just consistently the best around. It's just so good. It's a hard fight for first place every week it comes out. It's been awesome. Tom Taylor is nailing this character. Bruno Redondo is killing the art. And his covers are amazing. And this was awesome. This is a really good issue where they take down the corruption and in the police force. They take down these mobsters. They go after them. I still want to see what's going on with Heartless. We're still like kind of like pushing away from that, but hopefully we get some Heartless stuff soon. But he goes over the Marconi and Tombstone, not Tombstone. Can't think of his name, but the big, strong guy, pal. But they go after that. They do this whole thing. The Flash is there. The Titans are there. The Batgirls are there. The Batfam, Bruce, everyone's showing up. Signal. I loved it. I love his art style. I love his book. 9 out of 10. Every week. And that's what I got, guys. That was my reviews for the week. Check out my post on Instagram. They will be coming out over the weekend. You can check those stuff out at Violent Casket Comics. I've been uploading a couple records that I've gotten over the last year or so over at the Violent Casket account on Instagram. Shout out to Lumberland and Mustache Brothers Wrestling. Really cool podcast by two guys from the TikTok channel Lumberland. They talk about wrestling. It's almost every week. Sometimes it's not. You can check it out on Spotify. You can check it out on YouTube. Really love those guys, John and Dante. I think they're cool as hell. This is the shirt they just put out. I'm loving it. Check out my channel, guys. The Violent Casket, all one word, on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell. Remember to check out Manny's channel on YouTube every single Tuesday at Manny Reads Comics for the weekly roundup, our top 3 books, our bracket going down. And remember to do me a massive favor and stay lame.